Okay, so let's just get right to it. What if you could plug your business directly into a stream of customers who are right this second looking for exactly what you sell? Well, that's the promise of pay-per-click, or PPC. But it's not just another line item in your advertising budget. No, it's way more than that. It's a powerful growth engine, and we're about to break down exactly how it works.
I mean, this is the big question for pretty much everyone, right? You've got this awesome product, this amazing service, but the path to actually finding customers can feel so slow. You're just waiting. Traditional marketing takes time. So what if you could just bypass the wait?
At its heart, the concept is actually beautifully simple. You create an ad. That ad shows up when people search for what you offer. And the magic, the best part, is right there in the name. You only pay when someone actually clicks. Think about that for a second. You're not just buying visibility. You're buying the focused attention of someone who has already raised their hand and is actively looking for a solution that you provide. So let's break this whole journey down into stages. First up, section 1, which I call ignition. This is all about that initial, powerful burst of energy, getting your business off the ground or launching something new with results you can see almost immediately. Now, the best way to understand PPC is to compare it to its well-known cousin, organic SEO. Think of SEO as the marathon. It's absolutely vital for your long-term health. You have to do it. But PPC is the sprint. You get instant speed, you get that prime real estate right at the top of the page, and you have a level of day-to-day control that organic methods just can't match. And when I say speed, I mean it's almost unbelievable. You can literally launch a campaign over your morning coffee, and by that same afternoon, start driving traffic. We're talking about real people who are actively searching for your product or service. The impact is that direct, that fast. And crucially, this isn't just any random traffic. These are people with incredibly high intent. They're typing things into that search bar like emergency plumber near me or buy size 10 running shoes. They have a problem and they're looking for a solution now. And that is exactly why this kind of traffic converts so incredibly well.
Okay, so you've hit the ignition switch, the engine's running, traffic is flowing, that's awesome. But you're not out there alone. So the next big question is, how do you use this tool not just to get seen, but to strategically compete and win?
And that brings us right into our second stage, traction. This is where the rubber really meets the road. You move from just existing to establishing a real foothold in your market, building your brand, and taking on your competitors head on. This is one of my favorite things about PPC. It truly levels the playing field. You do not need the biggest budget to win. A smaller, more agile business can use precise, smart targeting to run circles around a larger, less focused competitor. It's a classic case of brains over brawn. And this is where the strategy gets really interesting. You can bid on your competitor's brand name to intercept their customers at the very moment of decision. At the same time, of course, you've got to play defense and protect your own brand from others doing the same thing. With every search, you're building critical awareness and becoming the go-to name in your field.
And don't ever underestimate the long-term psychological effect of this. When customers repeatedly see your name at the top of the results, it builds this powerful sense of trust and authority. You're no longer just an option. You start to become the option.
So you're competing and you're building your brand. Fantastic. But how do you shift gears from just acquiring customers to growing intelligently and at scale? How do you really accelerate? Well, this is the acceleration phase, and here, PPC evolves from a simple sales tool into a super sophisticated system for full funnel marketing and, just as importantly, a goldmine of business intelligence. With PPC, you can guide a customer through their entire journey. You can reach new audiences to build that initial awareness, then use techniques like remarketing, when ads seem to follow you around, to bring visitors back. From there, you close the sale with a great promotion, and you can even nurture long-term loyalty. It's a tool for the entire customer lifecycle. But maybe the hidden superpower of PPC is the data. It gives you a direct, unfiltered look at what your customers are searching for, the exact language they use, and even what your competitors are up to. This isn't just advertising data. This is pure strategic intelligence for your whole business. Think of PPC as your own private laboratory. Before you go and invest thousands in a big marketing campaign or a new product launch, you can run small, inexpensive tests. Find out which headline, which offer, or which price point actually works. It's fast, it's low risk, and it's data-driven validation for your entire business strategy. All right, finally, let's talk about the long game. How do you make sure this growth engine you've built is sustainable and ready for whatever's coming next? This is all about future-proofing your business.
Now, let's be realistic. PPC isn't without its challenges. Costs can rise, campaigns can get pretty complex, but for every challenge, there's a smart solution. For rising costs, you can focus on what are called long-tail keywords. Those are more specific, less competitive searches that often convert better. For complexity, you can leverage automation. There are always ways to adapt and optimize.
And PPC is not standing still. The future is all about adapting to AI, to voice search, and to new privacy standards. This isn't just about keeping up, it's about staying ahead of the curve and being ready for that next evolution in how customers find businesses.
And this is really the key takeaway. When you use it strategically, PPC stops being an expense and it becomes a transformational investment, one that delivers instant visibility, strategic intelligence, and sustainable, long-term brand power.
So the only question left is the one you see right here. We've seen how PPC can ignite, sustain, and accelerate a business. The real question is your business ready to start its engine?